guys, how are you? How are you all doing? Hello, hello Kanchan, hello Sybil, hello Douglas, hi Alice, how are you all? I'm extremely sorry, starting session a bit late. Um, so there was some, something happened. Actually, the owner of our property, this area where my studio is, I just got a news that he passed away today. So I was there with them, and yeah, so I just was busy with all those things. So just came, so I thought to, let's do the session. Uh, okay. So first of all, let's discuss. Okay, we'll immediately jump to the painting part first, and then later we can discuss, right? You can show me your projects or what is going on. So we can discuss later. Let's immediately jump to the painting part. Okay. So we are working on this one, and this was not the part of session, so I have recorded this thing because I was doing live, so I did this one. But don't worry, all the petals are same, and this is not yet finished. It's only, I can say, 30% done, and we need to add a lot of things, right? So same thing I'm going to show you on other areas. Um, so yes, this is what I have done. I think my camera is a little bit blur. Yes, I think now it is visible. Okay, so you can see how we are building scenes slowly, step by step. So let's start from here. I'm going to start with this one fresh so that I can show you from initial stages, like how to build the layers step by step. So ignore this one, you have to just repeat the process. Okay, so today we are going to focus on this main petal, and first of all let's um, select the colors. Colors, we all know what colors we have to use, but still I will show you. And even you can switch the colors in different petals. Okay, so it's not like that you have to only set with few limited colors and you keep repeating the same thing. You can pick any color, okay, which you feel like. So you can add variations, and here I'm going to pick, like I know the color, so I'm going to randomly pick. These will be my colors: orange, reds, dark violet, then browns, white, then I also need some greens kind of shades and some yellow. If you want, you can switch to different yellows and you can experiment which one is working best for you. Or I think I have picked almost all the colors, and now we can start. Okay, so I'll keep this side. So I'll keep guiding you what colors I'm using, how I'm starting. So what I am teaching you here, it's just the first initial stage of learning oil pastels. This is not the entire thing. We are just scratching the surface with these oil sticks. Okay, there is lot more to explore. Now, whatever I'm teaching you here, whatever I have taught you so far, it is just related to this particular reference image. Okay, so according to the different reference image, we switch the technique, we switch the tools, we introduce new tools, we use a different combination. So there is a lot of things that needs to be done, and we have to explore a lot, right? So let's start now. First of all, make sure that the lines are quite light, otherwise you will not get the vibrant result. So make sure that the lines are quite light. I made this dark just because of you people, so that I can show you. Okay, but for me it's too dark. So whenever I'm working, I don't do this much dark. So I can erase it. So I am lifting extra graphite because this can disturb my values. Okay. Now the first thing that we have to do is you need to pick your white color and just secure the base. So here reference picture is just close to me, and this part. This part I have to secure with white. See, if white you can see only till here. So what I told you, you have to extend till here, little bit more. Okay. So white, if you see till here, you apply white till here. So always have a room for adding those color. Let's say maybe in case you feel like you need to add more details or crisp lines there. So if you have added base in your base white color, so then it is possible that you can play around it. You can add more details, you can add crisp line, you can do a lot of things. So it's better in your base you apply white to some more area, like area around this part. I know this white portion is only till here, but I am going to apply till here. And you apply nicely. Today we are only going to work on one single petal. Okay. Right. So I am done. Then next one I can check which one I want. So I will directly apply this red. Here I started with orange, but here I am starting with red. So it's up to you what color you want to pick. I am using this is, I think, Veramoli red, and I am applying with light hand. So make sure whenever you are touching the edges or boundaries, you always do it nicely, carefully, and here your practice will work. If you are working on your practice like lines, stripling, dots, So this will going to help you that you can work with that single pastel in small areas, and you will not get the question that how we do with pastels in tiny areas, because if you are practicing it will going to work for you. So I'm directly applying red with light hand. Always keep your pressure low in starting first layer. Always start from light to dark. So first few layers should be very light. If you want depth in your painting, if you want your painting to look realistic or semi-realistic, or you want hyper-realistic, so always start from light to dark. This is my approach. Whether I'm working with oil pastels, whether I'm working with oil paintings, acrylics, watercolor, whatever I do, I always start from light to dark. So first I'm only going to work on one petal. See, there are two petals overlapping this area. So I have to play around with the shades, with the values nicely, because color is same, almost reddish kind of tones. But how I can create the variation in this area so that it automatically look like a overlapping of petals. Okay, so here comes the value knowledge. So always imagine you are working with your pencil or color pencil, and how color pencils work. You also work with color pencils with the same pressure, low, medium, high. Now when we are applying the base layer, we also know that the drawing is also getting disturbed, and slowly this drawing lines will vanish. Okay, so when we are applying first layer, then you pick another layer, another color which is little bit darker, or you can directly pick maroon and make those lines again prominent. Then second layer again you apply different color, and when you feel like that your lines again getting disturbed, you again apply. So we have to do retouches again and again to those drawing lines. See how light pressure I'm using here. No need to hurry. Take your time. And I can easily go on top of this white line also if I want. Okay, it's not a problem. So if you have applied white till here, you can easily apply red on top. So you go with the same hand, low pressure. See, I'm easily able to layer on top. So I'm not going to cover complete, but this much I will do. And then I can also apply some green here. With light hand. Very light touches and then some yellow. So we have just applied the base layer everywhere. Now second thing what I'm going to do, pick something dark. Dark color can be anything. Out of these you can pick any dark color. But I would recommend always to pick something light, right? Instead of just picking these darker shade, look for something which is dark but not too dark. So I can go with this one, I can go with this one, right? So these are the shades of reddish tone or purplish tone, but lighter, okay? So I can go with this one. And now if you feel like your pastels are quite broad and you can't get those tiny lines, so instead you can use the back side of pastel. So one side you can secure always to um, work on those tiny lines. So see, I'm going to follow my drawing lines and I will try to add lines here. And if you feel like it's not visible that much, you can switch the color. There is no rule that you can't switch color. You pick something dark. Let me see with this one. So it can easily get merged with my another layer. So let's say if I add another layer, this drawing will completely go away. Then you can try. So I have tried with this one. It will not make much difference, but if I apply a little high pressure, then it can go. Okay, but what I can do, I can use something different. Like I can go with brown, different brown. So I have these browns. So instead of switching to darker brown, I can test with these browns. So let me test with this brown and let's see. Okay, so this much dark can work for me. I can use the back side of pastel. So I'm just focusing on those drawing lines. Take your time. We don't have to hurry. We are looking for quality. Always keep in mind, look for quality. Even if you take 2 days, 3 days, I mean to say 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, that's fine. It is worth it. You can create as realistic painting as possible in another medium. Same you can do with oil pastels. Some of the lessons I will also teach you that how you can do sketching with oil pastels. 1 or 2 lessons I will give related to this one, because pastels is not only about painting, you can try in different ways. Okay. And then wherever I feel like the shadows are dark, and if you are not able to find, what you can do, just take your reference image, see which areas are looking glowing and see which areas are looking dark. So if you are not able to analyze this, because in initial stages we are not artists, right? We don't know how to see like artists. So simply squint your eyes, make your eyes small, and then you will easily able to differentiate between two kind of shades. You will see one side brighter and few sides you will see the shadow part, right? So I can simply use this brown, and with my lighter hand, first of all make sure that you cover all the drawing lines nicely. Once you do that, and then you can shade it, like whatever the areas you see it's looking dark value, so I am doing it with light hand. Okay, so now I'm only following the shades, how shades are moving, the direction of shades. And notice, see, none of the areas I have added lines. These are just shades in tiny areas. So there is a difference between line and shades. I will tell you. Yes, see, when we are doing line, what does line mean? You are adding crisp line this way. I'm not doing that. What I'm doing? I am just shading that line. So whenever I say that you need to add some strokes, add the strokes with variation. Okay, so we don't want this line. No, we don't want this. But we want you do the same line but different variations. Somewhere you keep it more dark, somewhere you keep it light. Take it like a shading. So we want imperfect lines, not the perfect line. If you are doing the perfect lines, this is immature kind of practice. If you want to be, if you want to show your work like a professional, so what you do? You do the messy lines, messy work. Okay, so this is what I am doing here when I am showing you these lines. So these are not straight crisp lines. These are shades. Okay, now I hope you all got an idea. So I'm not sure guys how long I can take a session today, because there is a background noise. Maybe you can hear. See, I am sharing recordings with only those who are serious about learning, okay, who are particular about sessions, who are joining, or even if they are not joining, some days they are giving me reasons. So, recordings are only for those people. Now, I am simply removing those people from group who are not active at all, okay. So it's not about, you stay in group and you do nothing. I don't like that. If you're not doing anything, there is no point, okay. Now I'm strictly following this thing. Who is not responding and who those who are not sharing their works, they are just out of the group. See, live will going to make a difference. Now I stopped sharing recording that much. I am sharing recording to only those who are sharing their works. And when we say when I share the recording, okay, I have seen the quality is reduced because you are not paying attention. I don't know how much you are watching recording, how you are watching the recording. Maybe you are with your friends, or maybe you are eating something and then you are watching recording. That way it will not going to work. You have to sit at one place in complete silence and then you watch the recording. And there is a process of watching recording. You watch 15 minutes or 10 minutes, you listen the information, you keep a note. If I'm sharing something important, you note down the points, and then you work for 10 minutes, and when you are done, then again watch the another video. Okay, this is how video should be watched. Otherwise, videos will not going to do anything. No improvement will be there until and unless you are not sharing your work and I'm giving feedback. You will notice same recordings, many participants are watching these recordings, but there is a huge difference between the quality, because these feedbacks are very important. When you share your work, I mark the areas, I show you what is the problem in that area. If you are not able to see, I will able to help you how to see that area. This will happen when you will be accountable, right? So it's very very important to understand, if I share the recording, then also recording will not going to help, and you will also not feel good about it. You are not getting results, and then what happens? You will feel like oil pastel is not for me, this medium is not working for me. So none of the medium is bad. Only thing is how much time we are spending with that medium, and then you have to be disciplined. So I am with light hand just focusing on those area wherever is the value is dark. Okay. Take your time, analyze your reference image, see the values, and then only work. Don't just randomly without seeing anything, don't put your colors. And if you are not sure about how the color mixing will going to look in paper, like on this paper, you test it in your test sheet first. So I always keep a test sheet like this one. I did a lot of experiment. So you will get the quality in your work only when you prepare these kind of test sheets, which are not visible when we randomly watch any videos. Okay. They don't show you what is behind the process. So this is not important. You will not get idea from here, but when you do the side works, that teaches you a lot. And now if you feel like, oh, I can't see drawing it all, so just follow the shades. Is it dark? How much dark? If it is light, how much light? You have to see all those things. So I'm just following the shades. This entire area looks dark. And you can see I'm not using the tip of pastel, I'm using the flat part of pastel. This way you will not get uneven strokes. Now again I can go with red. You can use same red or you can use any other red. I will use same. And now let's go second time. With light hand. First of all, I'm just working on those areas where I feel like it's pure red. I added pure red in that area. So I'm just only applying there. See how it is coming up slowly. And then I can use, maybe I can use this color yellow. If yellow works, just test in one small area. If you think it's working, you use this one. Or maybe you need orange to add more brightness. You can use this one. Let's see how it is working. As we are limiting ourselves to only one set, we are not using different sets. Okay, so there will be variation in colors, definitely. But what you can control? You can control values. How light you are applying, how dark you are applying. So this you can control. For preparing the similar color, then we use multiple brands. So first I'm applying only on the areas where I feel like it's quite bright with low pressure. Now I will test with this rose pink and I will see how it is working. So every layer you switch colors. Don't repeat it. Otherwise you will not get variety. And it's not necessary that I am repeating same colors in another petal. You can create variation. And wherever you have applied the darker color, and on top if you go with another color, then also it will be different from this area, because base colors are different. And keep applying colors. See, whatever color you have in your hand, um, check the areas, whatever the possible areas where you can apply that color on the spot. If I am working in this area and maybe I'll not use this color again, so you find all the possible areas wherever you can apply with this color. Okay. So I randomly put here and there strokes, even if it is not visible, because it adds some more drama, some more interest in the painting. Okay. And again, I'm using red. So why I'm using red? Because this red is helping me to blend also. I am not doing blending intentionally, but it is automatically happening. this is time consuming process, and once you are working, like you have worked for more than 2 hours, or you feel like you painted for 1 hour, take a break. Otherwise you will not see anything, though details will not be visible. Okay, I can work here with white. So I applied olive green, or sorry, sap green, and then I applied yellow, and then I'm blending with white. So again I'll try to go with this similar color. See how far I can go with this same color. So when there is a good contrast, good balance between lights and darks, then it start looking like a realistic. So both are important. Dark tones are important, light tones are important, and even highlights are important. And if by mistake you feel like the shape is disturbed, or it's going outside your line drawings, then we can work on negative side of painting. Okay, right now we are working on positive side, and when there is an empty space, so we can work on negative side of painting, and you can get as crisp you want. When I'm doing this, that means I'm applying multiple shade in that area, but my hand pressure is still low. Okay. Now I'm using yellow, and this yellow will help me to blend more. And here I can put some medium pressure to blend and small circular motions. See, and still I can see the drawing lines. Still those lines are visible. So I'll show you from distance. This much we have done. Now it's time for blending. So we have at least applied 4 to 5 layers here, right? Maybe 4 layers. And now we are fixing those layers. And then again, this when we do the blending, again it is ready for more layers on top. Okay. So wherever I feel like I need to add yellowish tones or bright tone, I am just applying in those areas. Okay. Then here I can blend with, like this darker portion I can blend with either red, because base colors are different, so it will not going to look similar. So I can use red in this area. Just put medium pressure, not more than that. Okay, here this portion. Okay, this was another bit. Okay, this is another petal. I thought I accidentally went in another area. So now we are working on tiny area. So I would have done like this, right? But this is not the right way. It's a tiny area, we have to move in the direction of form. So after this layer, I will be done. Otherwise, it will be quite long session. Okay, and then I can use blending stuff or earbud. You can use clean earbud and then you can blend some of the areas. Now when I'm working on lighter areas, you only apply in lighter areas first. You only blend lighter tones. Don't go and don't touch the darker tones. Otherwise, values will be disturbed. So first you work on lighter areas. And now I can switch to dark areas. Till here, my aim is I don't need any kind of harsh lines because these are just base layers. I am not done yet. If you want, you can do the blending with pastels again. And if you think that blending is not happening, that means you need more layers. Right. So more layers will go. I don't know why it is blurring again and again. Okay. So you can see it started turning into realistic. This is just a first phase of realism. We just we place some shades. Still we are not done with the shades. More layers will go. If you are working on darker areas, same time you have to work on lighter areas. When you are working on lighter areas, again redo with the darker areas. So this we call the value adjustment. Same when we work on the background. According to the background, foreground will be changed. If you are working in this area and right now it is looking good because nothing is there in the background. But when we will add the different colors in the background, according to that we have to adjust the foreground also, right? Because we have to show this way that the subject is in the foreground, it is visible first, and then background you have to show in distance. So how you can create that illusion? Just with the values, right kind of values. Okay, I hope this much is clear and I tried to explain everything in detail. Okay, let me switch my different camera. Okay, so yes, I hope this is clear guys. Any doubt, any confusion, you can ask me. Any questions you have, you can ask me. problem, we don't have to. It should stay at the end. Okay, and these drawing lines are helping you to add more and more shades, because otherwise what will happen, your same petal with the same shape can look flat if you don't have these drawing lines. Okay, so it is helping you if it is there. That's the reason we are doing it slowly, step by step, moving from lighter tones to darker tones, right? And when you reach, right now we have applied only few layers. There will more layers we need to add, at least 5-6 layers more. Automatically drawing lines will go away, right? So on top there will be crisp line, dark line with heavy pressure. So everything will be balanced. Okay? Yes. Any other questions? Any other questions you have? Hmm. Yes.